And continuing our Spanish adventure, we have to fight the Venetians at Crusade. This is their third or second attempt to capture Toulouse, the target of the Crusade. Basically, we can't do anything else, I think, in this turn, or at least I don't think we can. Let's move our spy towards Tunis. And
no more words. Draw your sword.
Yeah, basically we have to fight this battle. The thing is that these battles take a lot of time and they are relatively similar.
Yes, my lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy.
They're allies. And they have crossbowmen. And these don't have crossbowmen, they have a lot of trash units, pilgrims and religious fanatics, and they have the Great Cross. Okay, so something different this time. Okay, but these don't have any ranged units. And this battle will be one big hell of a mess. They will come from the back, because these are the Hungarians which are at the back of the castle, and they'll come either left or right or both. Okay, this will be messy, it will be long and messy battle, but in any case you already know my playstyle, you already know how these battles go, so I think I'll fast forward the battle in the video and I'll come back with the so-called live commentary after that. And that's it. Let's start. So at the start, basically I thought that I must put my crossbowmen on the walls, because I expected the Hungarian army to come from the back, but I didn't know from which side they will try to go around the castle and link up with the Venetians. And so I put my crossbowmen on all the possible walls, almost. Here I was checking in the back if I can utilize those walls at the back. And the thing that I forgot to realize is that due to the setting of these big to use big divisions in numbers, the Hungarians actually weren't able to join the battle to reinforce the Venetians, which meant that all that placement of the crossbowmen on the towers was useless. And in any case, I didn't need those crossbowmen, because they might have been an issue actually. So it was a bit not ideal conditions for me, because I wasn't able to see exactly the enemy. I had to zoom in and out a ton of times. But I was able to realize the exact number of enemy crossbowmen. They had a lot, both mercenary and pavese, so I had to deal with them before going out with the artillery. and I started getting out all the cavalry that I had, both light and heavy, and thank God that I trained some light cavalry. They performed insane in that battle. So here I was preparing my first charge, so setting the cavalry and of course the peasant archers. Here one of the squads actually tried to get my general, but yeah, it was not possible. So all my cavalry are out, and now I was able to start moving my peasant archers forward, of course in loose formation. Here I'm trying to arrange my cavalry so that they don't go in front or anywhere in between my archers. Here I'm starting to, basically I paused to launch all my cavalries at once, and here as you can see the light cavalry were quick. Also the mailed knights on the right were far quicker. Here I tried to scare one of the squad of archers, which went to the back, and I was able to get them. So basically I killed most of the enemy's archers with that attempt, and then I simply ran back. The spearmen got me. I think one of the light cavalry squads, I left it. I went to chase the routing troops, so it remained from this moment at the back of the enemy, and I ran away with the rest of the troops. And then I simply had to do that move once again to lure the remaining archers. They had 2 more squads which were able to run back on the initial charge. So here I went in for I'm stopping basically my crossbowmen on the wall to stop shooting, and here I'm charging them. Something that I forgot, I didn't do quite right this time. So one of the squads, one of the crossbowmen squads went behind the rest of the troops, so I had to do that once again. And that was it, basically, with the enemy crossbowmen, and I was able to get my artillery in position. Here I did a mistake and I crushed the light cavalry which was in the back of the enemy troops, but yeah, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't lose a lot. And so from this moment I basically got my artillery out, and there was nothing to stop it. Basically I was going to nuke the remaining of the army. Here the most important part is to kill the general, because if you kill the general, the crusading army will be gone after the end of the battle, regardless of the result. Yeah, of course, you try not to lose the battle, which is kind of hard when you're selling out of the castle, because you can simply keep one division behind and you'll never lose the battle. In any case, I started to shower the enemy troops with my catapults and with my ballistas, and that happened until the end of the battle. And as usual, at the end it became a little bit more chaotic because I started to use my cavalry a bit more, but yeah, I didn't lose any more troops, I think, from this moment on. So it was just game over for them. And as you can see, I'm wiping them off from the battlefield. It's very important to kill their commander. Okay, so this division is routing, they rearranged, and so I was using that cavalry which remained in the back from the start of the battle to pick the enemies which are routing. Here I'm readjusting my siege weapons, changing angles and whatsoever. It's important that you have a good angle on the enemy with siege machines. As you can see, the damage is just devastating. I'm really impatient to get the cannons and switch to cannons. And here the enemy's general died, which meant that that crusading army is now gone, regardless of what happened until the end of the battle. In any case, until the end of the battle, it was just a massacre, like it is the whole battle, but yeah. There is a big chance of me winning this battle if I sally out like full strength, but it could have been way harder because they had a lot more infantry, they had 3 heavy cavalry units and a lot of crossbowmen, and I only had 2 divisions of heavy infantry, which in the best case could avoid the showers of the enemy crossbowmen, but yeah. So it appears that I was a bit dumb. The enemy cannot reinforce the battle as the battlefield was full. So we simply demolished all the Venetians, and of course we are going to execute them, gaining... Actually,
It will be an honor to defeat
that went
you,
quite
dear boy.
strange. Really strange.
Face me in the open.
So apparently this was a bug for the game, because
Yes.
yeah, because we basically killed the Hungarian guy without even fighting him. But even if we had the time, like no battle time earned whatsoever, he would have been dead, because
I will see
yeah,
you brought to justice
because
in an
he
honest
had
battle.
only infantry and trash infantry, and we had full stacks of crossbowmen and towers, because he was going to move around the towers.
Orders.
In any case, it's a clear victory for us. Toulouse is free, and we can continue to the next turn. And I think we are ready to continue with the next turn now.
Yes, my lord.
Maybe this is the only thing
Yes, lord. Did you
that's
expect
left.
us to be happy to see you?
I already... Yeah, I think I already
This concludes our meeting, yes?
suggested ceasefire in this turn. So yeah, let's click next turn and see what happens. Yeah, I forgot to move that spy. Actually, it doesn't matter about Staufen, sort of. They're unhappy in Nuremberg.
They come here to siege, but they shall leave here dead.
Yes, Lord. We shall pull down the defenses.
So I think we lost the trebuchet. The crusade is cancelled, but we are still besieged because we are at war. It's all fine. It's really fine. We just lost one trebuchet.
It will
Way
be an
worse.
honor defeating you. I respect you, my enemy.
Yeah, so this guy is
has displeased
moving around.
Am I taking down a person or a place?
So there is the
Or what
the
am I to
remaining.
dispose of, Lord? Am I taking down a person or a place?
It will be an honor defeating you.
So apparently these can reach Nottingham in a turn.
Your Majesty.
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
that's a big army.
I've a
Over there.
claymore for you here, Jimmy.
We definitely need
Your
the
Majesty.
light cavalry, but
Order.
this light cavalry will stay here to defend against this guy. And no idea what we should build over here. Something that
We don't trust you enough.
rather we don't need. And okay, that's pretty expensive. Let's go for this first. No idea what to build in these castles. They're rather useless for me right now. Let's improve them more. So I can go for a lower tax rate and not build any.
That won't hurt me, Dummkopf.
So there are a lot of towns, which are rather wide open for an attack.
Where to, sire?
And
Engage me or be gone. The problem.
now the citizens
the
in
name?
other region
Who or what?
are
Am I?
in other regions are rather happy with me because of my reconciliation with the church. Although I should definitely continue to improve these cities in the back, gain more income. I think I'm building something everywhere aside from those two castles, which I'll skip on this turn.
Who has displeased you? But of course.
Who or what?
Yeah, let's go for
Am I
these
your
diplomats. Meanwhile, we can attack a lot
Mein
of
Kaiser has
castles,
ordered your demise.
but Nuremberg
The time for words is over, mein Freund.
will be rather open, but I can build catapults and ballistas there, so it should be fine.
It is not blasphemy. You simply do not
I have a witch
understand.
over there. Where was my other assassin? Where was the agent? Assassin in Milan, Magdeburg, Nottingham. Ah, he is in Nottingham, yeah. Okay, let's build a new assassin. Where I can have an assassin here in Saragossa, but there is no Thieves Guild. Okay, let's get a new one in Leon. I can do like a lot of things.
What is the name?
Who or what?
Yeah,
Am I
I'll
to
go for this
dispose
guy.
of, Lord?
Or someone
Am I taking down a
someone in
person
the
or a place?
trying to press escape.
Noble lord, we will listen, but
We want
I cannot
ceasefire,
say we will agree.
very demanding.
How could you ask these diplomacy for someone to see?
I don't care.
Naturally, my lord.
Keep this guy here just for the vision. And
Yes. Admiring the enemy.
so
We are
my
not- We
fleet
will not surrender these waters.
has been
Yes,
surrounded by
No more words.
also
Draw your
these landed
See you
over
dead.
there.
You want us gone? We will not surrender. You want us gone? Then do something about it. Yes.
But I have an army on board too, which is to go to Tunis.
Hello, Your Highness. Am
I
I
really
after
don't
a
know.
Sire. Investing. Salutations, honored lord.
What should I do? No, I kind of know what should I do. The question is
Who has
what
displeased
I'm going to do first.
I'm only here to fight the you galoot.
So
orders? Your Majesty.
I'd never take.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
let's get these guys over here and we'll continue their movement on
Orders.
the next turn.
Your Majesty.
Can I retrain? Nope. I lack the vision in this area, and I don't think I have a spy, but I'm going to take Frankfurt anyway.
That won't hurt me.
Come and face the might of the Reich, coward.
Who do I face?
I don't
Yes.
have a lot of army,
I will not waste words with the
but
enemy.
most of these are cavalry and some trash
The problem.
spearmen.
What is the name?
I wonder where should I go first?
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
Too bad I don't have a spy over there.
Orders.
Let me strike, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, should we spare your
Okay.
My lord. Bringing our troops together.
By the way, what happens down here? 3 turns, they're still bleeding. We continue like that. So, Edinburgh
Name thy enemy, lord.
Yes.
over
We march.
Innsbruck
Come and
first.
face the might of the Reich, coward. Come on.
I think Innsbruck should be the easier one. I don't have a lot of infantry, but I have tons of siege weapons. And here in Edinburgh,
Name thy enemy, lord.
we can do the usual tactic of like attacking that supporting army at the gate. This one, they have a lot of sieges, which will be an easy target. In any case, let's go first for Innsbruck. We are hit by the
We shall
Pope.
send them to hell or worse.
It really
March.
doesn't matter. And yeah, once again, we will fight the battle and speed it up.
No matter how they beg, let none escape. Attack! Units, await my orders.
And so the assault on Innsbruck, I was checking for the eventual position of the enemy reinforcements, which should have sorry, should have come from the left side. They were only some minor cavalry regiment that was going to reinforce the battle. So at first I saw that the enemy was too split, and on the walls, different sides of the walls. So I decided to enter in. I was met by heavy cavalry of the enemy, but I managed to defeat it at the front gate without them to be able to activate the tower. Here I placed I moved forward with my cavalry inside, and with the light cavalry I demolished that mailed knights reinforcement. And with the heavy cavalry I decided, despite that the enemy was activating the towers of the inner wall, I decided to go with the cavalry and defeat those units outside that were still moving to the inner side of the castle. Here I killed the captain of the mailed knights. It was sort of whatever, and then went for that lone squad of spearmen, which was also trying to get in unsuccessfully. I decided to make a hole in the wall, so I enter with the trebuchet. I decided that I'll enter with the artillery and wreak havoc on the enemy. Here I'm also moving the infantry in. I'm not wasting any time because I've suffered from not having enough time to finish the battle, and so far so good. The enemy is limited to the inner part of the wall. Some of the catapults weren't reaching exactly the wall, so I moved them forward. And here the wall is down, and I started to enter with the artillery too. Moving in ballistas, trebuchets and catapults. Ballistas in front, of course, catapults behind them, and the trebuchet actually way behind. So I tried to start shooting with the trebuchet from way behind, and the enemy didn't like that, but still they didn't rush my artillery. And I took some measures by moving my infantry near the machines. First I wanted to destroy also the tower, because I wanted them not to shoot at me. And some of the artillery shots started to become successful, more successful, you'll see after a while. Yeah, here I moved the infantry in position to defend the catapults if the enemy decided to come out, and went for the second tower. I really don't like the towers. I suffer unneeded casualties from them, and if I have the time and the firepower, they are definitely going down. Some of the peasant archers went on the wall, so I tried to shoot them with the ballistas. Then I decided to break a hole in the inner wall, so I have more options to enter in. Here I readjusted the ballistas to shoot at the cavalry, but apparently they started to shoot at the gate. Somehow the gate was taking damage. I decided to finish the gate, finish the hole in the wall. Basically at this point I tried to do as much damage as possible. And here you see some of the catapults actually attacked that cavalry squad over there, because the shots were moving through the broken parts of the wall. A few more shots with the trebuchet. And at this point I saw, also out of ammo mostly, I decided it's time to enter in, so I aligned my spearmen. Sadly I have to wait a little bit more because the machines were preventing my spearmen units from moving properly. And yeah, I entered in with the spearmen and with the cavalry. And it was game over for the enemy. here the enemy commander, captain, got killed. I had some problems with that final cavalry squad because I didn't want to fight it too close to that spearman. But in the end it all went pretty well. I also entered with some of the light cavalry, which I'll finally be able to replenish after so many turns. Even shot some javelins at that spearman squad in the back. But pretty much it was game over by now. And this was it. Innsbruck is mine as Spain continues to expand into Central
Tore them
Europe.
apart, my lord. Victory! We have crushed them. This place is yours, my lord.
And so, as Innsbruck has been captured, we can retrain some of the troops. It's actually not very well developed castle, but it is what it is. Let's get the roads. Not sure that even we'll need the roads. Maybe we need
Where to, sire?
something
Time for words.
better,
We would see you dead, hither.
but it is what it is.
Investigate.
That won't hurt me, Dummkopf.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
So I hope these two armies actually find my army in Innsbruck weak and try to besiege it. It's actually going to be a good one. Okay, so the next steps
We continue tomorrow, my lord.
should be Edinburgh, Tunis, or Toulouse, or Frankfurt. I think I'll go for
Have a
Edinburgh.
claymore for you here,
A lot of
Jimmy.
sieges over there.
We shall send them
So-
to hell or worse. March!
Let's see once once again. The enemy should come from the left side. So let's assault. So the reinforcements are only siege equipments. Whoa. And the only problem might be this guy, this family member. We don't have good infantry, aside from those dismounted feudal knights, but they should do the job pretty well.
Units, await my
And I'll do this battle like that. So, I mean, like the previous ones. So basically I'll speed it up and see you with the live commentary in a while. So pretty much the plan for the battle was rather simple, but I forgot to move my light cavalry in position beforehand. So yeah, I had to move it at the start of the battle. At the same time, I started to shoot a hole in the wall and moved my infantry and some cavalry and crossbows towards the gate, continued to move the light cavalry towards the reinforcements, which were entirely siege machines and one squad of militia. So I had to run my horses. Basically, here I decided to surround the incoming infantry units, but I made a mistake because I led them too close to the tower and I lost some units because of that. Here you can see that I deactivated both towers and I lost some infantry and some crossbowmen. Finally, I managed to break this infantry and get to fight the other one. Meanwhile, I tried to get in the back on the infantry with my cavalry commander, but yeah, they decided they will go back to the town square, so I also moved to the town square. Here I got to the enemy's light infantry right before them to enter the gate, and I managed to break them, but I was unable to enter from this side. In any case, I started to move my infantry and my crossbowmen to the town square, and at the same time went to harass the incoming catapults and ballistas. The trebuchets went for the hole in the wall because they couldn't enter from any other location, and here just simply and methodically broke all the artillery squads with my cavalry units. So at this point I had to stop shooting at them and engage them in melee, so I defeat all of them. Here I prepared my crossbowmen to strike a volley at the enemy. And they were some sort of, I led them some sort of exposed, so I lost more crossbowmen you see in a minute, but I will be able to retrain them in Inverness after I capture Inverness, which is basically the next Scottish town. And here's the crossbow volley, and the cavalry went for the crossbowmen, and basically I surrounded them and the rest of the units. And the battle was near its end, while at the same time I continued to harass the enemy siege machines trying to enter the city from its other end.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
And so this was the battle for Edinburgh.
Mercy, my lord.
Pretty easy one. Okay, I did a few mistakes.
Tore them apart, my lord. Victory!
Unfortunately for
We have
Edinburgh,
crushed them.
it's a bit
This
too
place
far
is
and
yours,
I'm
my
happy, and we'll have to exterminate. We really don't care about a lot of the buildings. We are going to rebuild now city and the population. But it had to be done. Too far, unhappy. And
Yes.
actually the Scottish have one more castle here,
Orders.
which is
Name thy enemy,
in
Lord.
Inverness.
As my lord wills, we march to battle.
Unfortunately,
Orders.
we were not able to besiege it somehow,
Yes.
despite that
Command
it
me.
stated
Yes.
that we are in range. But it is what it is, and this was our 36th region, and at this point we should definitely start thinking about Jerusalem and finishing the game.
All of Scotland resents you, including me.
So I hope these
Yes.
don't rebel now.
Who do I face?
And
Let me strike, my lord.
yeah, not a lot of movement points available up there, so this will be it. And the next thing we can do
Your orders?
is maybe go for Tunis. And Tunis, Toulouse, or Frankfurt for the end of the episode.
Orders.
I say let's go for Tunis.
We
Not
will
sure
see
if
you
these will
dead,
be able
heathen.
to reinforce.
Admiring the You want
I
us
wonder
gone? Then do
which
something
ones
about it.
I should attack. Byzantine, Venetians.
Your orders? Attacking on your command.
Okay,
Our fleet is victorious.
and
Yes.
we will actually be able to reinforce the fleet, but we are unable to actually land there.
Where to, sire?
I never thought
In unseen, my lord.
that this is going to be a problem, but apparently it
Yes,
is
my-
going to be. We simply cannot land here, I think. We can here, but on the next part. Okay,
Yes,
let's
my
move
lord.
our fleet here.
Yes.
Who do I
And this is
face?
because of the ballistas. And without the ballistas, I think
Sire.
we cannot storm the castle. Okay, it is what it
Yes,
is.
my lord.
We will
Admiring
hardly
the- You want
get
us- we
defeated
will not
here.
surrender. You want us gone? Admiring the enemy.
Your orders?
Actually, not taking more reinforcements from Calari, which is fine, I guess.
No more words. Draw your...
Name the field
It's
of
likely
battle.
that Calari
We'll meet you
will
there.
have to defend itself soon, but yeah, we'll see about that. So, in
will
this
be an
case,
honor to
we should
defeat
go
you,
for
dear
the
foe.
defense of Toulouse
The problem.
or
What is
for
thy
the
name?
attack on Frankfurt.
Your
So,
orders, noble one.
do we have catapults here? Yes.
Yes.
Your Majesty.
And they can actually reach Frankfurt. But I think I'd rather go for the defense of Toulouse first,
Name thy enemy, lord.
as the crusade is now
Yes.
over. So basically, this is going to be the last army trying to get the city. So they have only 2 squads of archers and some ballista, and not a lot of cavalry, which is perfect for a slaughter. And this is going to be the 4th battle in this part, and the 4th battle that is going to be sped up. Once again, I'll add the commentary on top, and I leave here. And so it began probably the final defense of Toulouse for now. Before they crusade me again, I saw that the enemy has positioned a bit too close to that wall on the right, so I placed some crossbowmen there. The ones with the highest range, the mercenary ones, meanwhile prepared to exit with my most needed troops, and getting out some cavalry, moving the catapults near the gate. Here I started to realize that the enemy is going a bit too far to the back, so I decided to eliminate their siege machines, so they aren't going to be a problem. And I rushed with my commander. I'm going to lose a few horses because the 3rd ballista went right into my commander, the 3rd ballista squad, and I was kinda late with the 2nd commander. But here I routed all the units, all the siege units, and the enemy rushed in, so I had to back my cavalry. This was great, so at this point the enemy had no siege engines, and they readjusted, so I exited with my peasant archers in order to deal with their only 2 weak squad of archers. So I decided once again to deal with them with the commanders, which wasn't exactly a good idea because they are a bit slow. I'm also exiting the castle with all my siege machines. So here my peasant archers are out, and I decided to attack an infantry squad. Pilgrims, I think. The archers came for it, and I attacked them. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to exactly make a good charge, and the enemy pilgrims attacked me. I decided I'll stay because their attack is pretty low, but still I think it was rather unneeded to do so. I lost more horses, decided to back off and go for the archers again. Unfortunately, this wasn't really going well, and moved my catapults to the side with one of the ballistas and the rest of the ballistas on the other side, so I wasn't quite able to properly get all the archers I wanted. Here I run into a squad of spearmen, so definitely the Danish army was trying to respond in some form in my attempt to deal with the remaining archers. I thought, I think somewhere after this point, just leave it. I'll leave those archers and I'll just start shooting with the siege machines. But as I was doing that, my cavalry was a bit too far once again. Here I readjust these siege machines and I completely once again I left one of my catapults completely open for a cavalry charge, and the enemy commander crushed one of my catapults squads still. They survived. Here I finally surrounded the enemy commander, lost some horses, but I was able to kill him. But I was left with only 10 guys to operate that second catapult division, which was pretty much enough. And since the crusade is over, I will now be able to replenish really all the squads. And so here I basically started to demolish the enemy. I moved some cavalry to the back of the enemy line to pick off the routing squads, and basically this was the battle until its end. And
is
a clear victory.
that goes to only men of great
Only
virtue and
60
valor.
units lost, more than 2000 wiped off. And here I end this part, and I'll continue on the next one.